Hello travellers, Shaco here and welcome back to another Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent video. So after this week's maintenance, we have a Sacred Blaze banner featuring a brand new character along with Odette and Lianna making a return. Dorothea is a gambler turned merchant. She has some unique spear abilities that can deal pretty high damage, as well as having the abilities to deal fire attacks to her enemies. She mainly excels in dealing damage and providing others in her team a boost in their spear attacks, which makes her a great support to others and when she can, help deal damage to the enemy. For Dorothea's stats, as a merchant, nothing really stands out from other characters, but she has pretty high physical attack and defense, though overall her stats are pretty mediocre when compared to others in the same job role. As for Dorothea's most notable skills, she has a one-hit spear AoE attack, which is always nice to have against multiple enemies and a great AoE option if needed. She also has a one-hit single target fire skill with a potency of 230. Although Dorothea's elemental attack stat is pretty average, this skill can be a decent fire nuking option for her. For Dorothea's next skill, just like Tressa, she has a 3-hit single target spear attack, which is a great multi-hit ability, perfect for shield breaking as usual. She also has a 1-hit single target spear attack with a high potency of 290, however it can take up to 20% damage of max HP as recoil damage. And this is where her gambling addiction comes into play, a pretty unique skill in my opinion, though I've never been a fan of skills with recoil damage, but I guess sacrifices must be made if you want her to deal some high damage. Dorothea also has some other skills that are somewhat worth mentioning. She has a one-hit fire AoE ability, which again can be a great AoE option against multiple enemies weak to fire damage. She also has a weaker version of Reckless Exchange where the potency is 260 and can take up to 15% damage of her max HP instead. However, if you don't want to trade any HP for damage, then Dorothea also has an option where it's just a straight up one-hit single target spear attack with a potency of 230. The choice is yours. As for Dorothea's ultimate skill, she has a damage type ultimate where she can deal a one-hit single target spear attack with a potency of 500 at level 1, and when her ultimate reaches level 10, the potency increases to 600. Apart from having a pretty cool skill animation, I would suggest upgrading a more useful ultimate from another character instead, but feel free to do what you want. For Dorothea's passives, they are pretty nice and complement each other very well, as her 1-star passive, when at full HP, the entire front row gets 15% spear damage up, which makes her a great backline support to other spear damage dealing characters, and because she's in the back row she'll constantly have the passive activated. For her 3-star passive, she can regen some HP back with a potency of 100. With this passive, it makes her HP exchanging skills a bit more friendlier to use and allows her to activate her 1-star passive a bit more reliably. Overall, is Dorothea worth pulling for? In my opinion, she is not a bad character, but she is also not a great character. Although she would be a great support for a spear focused team, but everything else in her kit seems very lackluster, and personally I would rather wait and save my rubies for future characters to come. However, since she's in the Sacred Blaze banner along with Odette and Lianna, you might want to pull for them instead, and maybe get Dorothea along the way. Obviously the choice is yours. Well, that's it for today, and as always, thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments below what you think of Dorothea. Will you be pulling on the Sacred Blaze banner, or will you be saving your rubies for the next one? Either way, I wish you all the best of luck and see you in the next one. Peace!